Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. This is Michelle and I am playing in my little handmade flip out journal that I made a while ago. And I wanted to make this journal to show you that you don't always need fancy name brand things to be creative. You can literally just use what you have. So I made this journal. You would have seen it a couple of weeks ago, and I decorated the covers with my jelly print or my gel plate. And I'm just going to go through this journal every so often and decorate it using what I have. So I have this box, it's a shoebox filled with stamped images, stickers, pictures from magazines, pictures from books, color swatches, ribbons, threads, pretty much anything is in there. And I want to put those things to use so they're not stuck in a box, but actually in a little journal. And that's what I'm going to do. So a while ago, I found this book at a thrift shop, and I think it could be Russian. I don't know. I obviously can't read Russian, otherwise I would have been able to tell you if it's Russian or not. But it's a fashion book from I guess when cameras first came out. I don't know if that's the 1700s or the 1800s. I don't know. But it's got all pictures of people wearing different, I guess, what was in fashion at that time, all the way from when cameras came out, whenever that was, up to, I think it's maybe in the 2000s, maybe 2000. So I love the photos that are in there. This man that I've got here, I used some embroidery thread and I made him a little bit brighter because he looked quite grumpy, and I thought, okay, well, Mr. Grumpy, you'll have a pink beard and some nice frilly things on your coat, and that made him look a little bit happier. So I've had him for a while, and I'm just plonking him down in my journal. I did do a little bit of stenciling in the background there, and I grounded him, and I finished off with a little quote. This doily, I think I might have painted it in the previous video. I love the colors on there. And I'm just chopping up little bits of it to try and find a place for it. I happened to not found a space for it just then. But I did have this little embellishment cluster in my little shoebox. That's a stamped image on some transparency paper, and I had offcuts of underpaper that I made a little doodly border with and stitched through it and all sorts. So really in this box, it's just all things that's just fun and free, and I'm not too fussed about the end product of what's in there. If I've made an embellishment thing, or this is a piece of cardboard that's round, and I just smeared some gesso on it. Well, first I pulled off some of the top layer to expose that corrugation. Then I smeared some gesso and paint splatters and whatnot on it. And it's just been sitting there in my box for a while. And I thought, well, it's perfect to use it in this little journal. So I finished it off with another one of the images from that fashion book. Let's call it the fashion book. That image, I actually put some, I think it's glossy accents that I popped over the top there to make it look like one of those framed oval pictures that you get in really old houses. I always think when you look at those photos that the eyes follow you. So that was kind of the look that I went for when I did that glossy accents over the top there. And I just stapled it in with my tiny stapler there. This map page, I just toned down a little bit with some gesso on my finger And I'm just going through some bits and bobs to just full pages. All these butterflies that you see there, including the little jar and that strip of butterflies, they were all from a butterfly book. So whenever I go to thrift shops, I'm always looking for interesting books with interesting images that I think I would be able to use. And I then cut into the pages to see what I can use, and that's what I do. I also did some glossy accents on some of those little butterflies. Some of them came or was printed in like a circle shape. So I thought that they would make cute little, I guess, like a pin or I don't know, just they're cute in circles. And I like them shiny. The birds, same thing. I found a bird book and cut a whole bunch of birds out for a project which I didn't finish. And I just popped those birds into the book, into my box, and now I've got them there ready to use. You'll see every now and then in this journal I am toning down the background a little bit with my finger, with some gesso on my finger, and I do add a little bit of stenciling just with a blending brush and some distressed ink. I'm not getting too painty for now. And then this page had a little fold out flappy bit which I just stuck down and made a pocket with. I also have this packet of doilies, and this one I obviously used the other half for something else at some stage. I don't know when or where, but I wanted to just use the other half of it. And I put some ink down, but then I thought that the doily blended into the background too much. So I'm just fading or pushing the inking or the stenciling back into the background again. Sorry, I'm struggling to find my words today. I really apologize for that. Okay, I've stuck it down with some wet glue, and again, just looking for something to finish off that page. And I think I may have gone with the bird, maybe not, since I'm still rummaging through my little box of treasures there. I like having these random little boxes of surprises lying around, because sometimes I start a project and then I get sick of it, and then I put the whole box and everything away, and then in a year or a couple of months I come back to that box, and then it's like finding new little surprises, and they're not new at all. They are old, but it's always fun to find things again and just have a look at what you've got and how you can use them. Because I think as we grow as artists, we always get new ideas and ways that we can use it. So sometimes I think it is good to pack away something for a period of time, and then the next time you come back to it, if it's in a couple of months or a year or 2 or 3 years, then you can look at that with renewed eyes, I guess you could say that. And because, you know, we're always growing as artists, and we are bound to have fresh ideas with old things. So that's kind of what was happening on this day when I was going through that box. I got really excited when I saw some of these things, and I thought, oh, I forgot about this, I forgot about that. And yeah, I had a lot of fun. I think it's going to be fun to finish up this little journal. In that box I have some stickers. As you can see there, I've got those mushroom stickers, and I had some, I guess, ticket or numbers. It's that roll of stickers there that were just different vintage numbers and looks like ticket kind of things. Maybe like a vintage travel inspired kind of stickers, I think. I have these little envelopes, they're plastic, And I thought an envelope with a butterfly would look cute in that pocket there. And you'll see I keep going back and forth to that pocket. I still don't think that I'm happy with what is in there, which is fine. I will keep working at it, and I know that eventually I'm going to put something in there and I'm going to be happy with it. So this little tag was in there, and I just grabbed it out and decided, no, I'm going to stick it down onto a page instead. And I'll put something else in the pocket at some stage. A giant butterfly from my book that I had. And I'm just going to glue that just across the center of the page there. So when you open it, it's like a butterfly that's opening its wings. And not all of these pages I feel are finished. I will definitely still be adding to them as I go along. And but that's about it for today. I'm sorry I couldn't find my words, but I hope you enjoyed watching the process, and I hope that I inspired you to go through your stash and see what you've got and look at it in a fresh way to use differently. Okay, I'll see you again soon. Bye.